Hi guys, this is Leo's here, and today I'm going to go through with you a series of website that is going to be very important for you in terms of your migration to Australia. So today the first website I want to mention is going to be border.gov.au. Now the reason why this website is important because it contains all the information you need about different types of visa. So let's say if you're interested in knowing about skill independent visa, which is subclass 189, you can just type 189 and then search, and then you can see that it comes up straight away, the skill independent visa subclass 189. Yeah, so click into it and then you can find out what is this subclass is really about, and what are some of the requirements that you need to be able to satisfy this subclass 189. So this website is very important. Okay, now another reason why I recommend you to go to this website is because you're also going to know about whether you meet the point test or not. So if you go here, you see I'm still under 189. If I go into point test there, they have this this sentence say how points are awarded. Click on it. Now if you do not know how to calculate your points for skill select, now this is very important information. So they will give you a really good breakdown of how they calculate the points. Okay, very detailed. Okay, so this is the first website. The second website I recommend is cricos.education.gov.au. So the reason why this website is important is because it gives you a lot of useful information about your particular course, whether you meet the Australia study requirement or not. Now, for example, if I go to course search, yeah, so you can see here they ask you to fill in different kinds of information, right? Now, if you are an international student, you will surely receive a COE, and on that COE you will see your Cricos code. Now, this Cricos course code is very important because you get a lot of information about the course by knowing this code. So let's say this is the code, right? And remember, if you study in Australia and you are an international student, you need to study with an education provider that is registered with Cricos. So now you press start search. Okay, if you look at it here, now this is the course name, isn't it? Now the course sector is VET, vocational education and training, right? Okay, so you see they give you all the information you need. Now, one of the most important information that I want to highlight is the duration, the number of weeks, because these durations will give you a lot of hints whether you meet that 2-year academic study requirement in Australia or not. Because if you meet that requirement, you'll be able to apply for visa 485, a temporary graduate visa. Okay, now you can even go to institution details to understand more about the institute, contact details. Very good website. Okay, the third website that I recommend is N-Score Search. Now the reason why this website is important is it lets you know where it lets you know which states need you, or which state is willing to sponsor you. For example, let's say your nominated occupation is a registered nurse. Okay, now if you see there's different kinds of registered nurse, isn't it? So now let's say community health. So that is your nominated occupation. Now remember this occupation code 25 4414. So for each and every occupation in Australia that follows the N score, they will have a code like that. Okay, now you press search. Okay, you will find out that it is, first of all, it is in skill level 1, which means that it does not need as many documents and as many requirements as other occupation. The higher the skill levels, the higher the demand for documents. So as you can see here, this nominated occupation is in both SOL and CSOL. So that's good news, isn't it? And you're able to find out what is your skill assessment authority. In this case, it will be NMAC. Yeah, and if you go down further, you can see that okay, you can apply under besides subclass 189, you can apply under subclass 190 as well as subclass 489, right? And you see that now people with this occupation are in demand in New South Wales, Northern Territory, Southern Australia, Tasmania, Victoria, and Western Australia. Okay, so this is a very good site. As well as if you apply under subclass 489, you can see that pretty much all states require you except ACT. Okay, now another website that I think is good to know is Australia Bureau of Statistics. Okay, so for example, if you are working as a restaurant manager in Australia and you're not sure whether you meet that requirements for that general skill migration or not, so you first of all you enter in here, you can enter here your occupation code, right? So this is the restaurant manager occupation code, and then you press search, right? Now you see they give you different links. So one of the link here is N score. So press that. Now you see this link will give you all the different requirements to have a successful skill assessment for a nominated occupation as cafe and restaurant manager. So for example, you see here, if you're in Australia, if you have an associate degree, an advanced diploma or diploma, that is good enough for qualification, and they all must satisfy Australia qualification framework. Okay, very important, AQF. But if you, let's say you come from New Zealand instead, then you need to have at least a diploma level of a relevant qualification. So in this case, it will be a diploma in hospitality management. Okay, and over here they also say that at least 3 years of relevant experience may substitute for the formal qualification listed above. So maybe that you do not have your qualification, but it's okay. You might be exempted if you have enough years of experience. Now, what I want you to pay special attention to is this part. Okay. Now this is the task that a restaurant and cafe manager must perform. Okay. So just read it. Yeah. So now, when you read these things, try to refer it back to your own job. Do you actually perform all these? If you perform 80% of all these tasks, that means you are very likely to have a positive skill assessment. In this case, will be with the vet access. Okay. Now, another thing to take note is there's you can have other alternative titles as well, like food and beverage manager or restaurant. Yeah. Okay. So of course, if you want more information, you can always go to my Facebook page, PRPT and RPR in Australia. I always update a lot of news, a lot of information that is relevant to you. Okay, and feel free to always message me, send me questions,